Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of VIII Lacrimosa of Dawn. This is going to be Nick taking you through this journey, and I'm not sure if you remember, as we left off, we just continued finding a couple of the other castaways, and right now, I'm just, right now trying to find another group of people, because they said there's a couple people off the south shore of this island that were seen, or at least walking around, and so they want to find them, they want to bring them back to the island, they want to make sure they're safe, and they want some help to get off this damn island, too, so... There's a lot of reasons why we're going to be trying to find these people. But anyway, hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. I'm actually really happy to be recording today, just after I was a little sick before this. But I'm feeling a little bit better. But for the most part, I'll be good enough to get through these nice recordings. Now, one thing that I do want to point out too is you'll see in this area that when you jump, the jumping physics are a little bit different. Like you can't really get up on this ledge right here. But what you can do is completely ignore it for now because we can't do that yet. And I was just thinking to myself, I don't have that certain thing that I was just about to show to everybody out there who was interested for how to get through that area. Ooh, forgot you could do a little belly flop with or not belly flop, booty bump with Sahad right there. And if you notice right now, I'm not playing the best right now, but it doesn't really matter because, because I'm not dodging anything right now. I'm not focusing on flash guards or flash moves like I usually do. So we got to clean this gameplay up a little bit, but hopefully your guys today has been going amazingly. Again, I realized when I was commentating this a little bit before, oh wow, that was really bad. I might actually have to go back and heal after this. I timed that terribly. There we go, that's what I meant to do. Come on, finish him off. Or at least do a lot of damage. You know what, I'll bring Adel back into this fight. And I'll actually probably need to use my health potion too, now that I think about it, jeez. Because right now there's a lot of enemies here too. Now that Vortex move is a good move, and you can do a lot of damage with it, but at the same time you can also get hit out of it pretty easily. So it's a high risk, high reward kind of situation. Last time when we were here we just found this nice little landmark. You see right there with that beautiful sun effect. But that's not going to be as important right now. It might become important later on, hint, hint, wink, wink. I don't think I'm using the right weapon to break them. I thought Loxius was the one that actually breaks them. Maybe not. So maybe I'm crazy right now. Ooh. And also maybe that's because I'm doing it on the harder difficulty too, and I'm thinking that, oh, this is going to be a pushover. I've played this game before. No, I've seen this game get pretty hard. I've seen people play it, so weird things about this game is that the difficulties aren't usually what you expect. Oh, again here. So the mudslide that's on here, it actually shows how many people that once we moved away that tree before. This one actually just shows how many people you need to move that one away. But it also gives you the amount of people. So we know that we're at least going to be saving 20 people on this island, which is a good thing, because the more people, the better. Not the more people in a shipwreck situation. Now that I think about it, that's actually pretty bad. But yeah, just cleared out the enemies over here. I'm sure you can like kind of jump from here to glitch up there, but as of right now, it's kind of just telling us, nope, you're gonna have to come back later if you want to get what's over there. So I'll get that stuff later. We'll just continue on journeying. We also have these beautiful trees. Actually, let me see if I can get these. If I do this platforming very carefully, there we go, and then I can get the coconut, which will probably help me out because I've been playing god-awfully so far. And we have a nice alcove over here, not alcove, but we have a nice cove over here to do a little more fishing. So one of the things that's nice about this game is that obviously there's a lot of different variety that comes with it. And really, one of the things that I've loved about it is that a lot of the things make sense. Like when it comes down to certain games, especially certain RPGs with a lot of quest lines and everything, there's a lot of things that like don't make sense to the main game that actually bugs me a lot, just because of the fact that it just seems out of place. And maybe this is only me, and I know this example has been used a lot recently. But for example, with Final Fantasy 15, like you're the crown prince, and this one person, oh, I forgot to do some grocery shopping, and you're supposed to do their grocery shopping. Like I feel like that quest just seems very out of place, and I just don't understand why it's one of the main quests that you can like choose to do on there to get some experience and everything. I mean, usually you want to do it because out of the kindness in your heart or whatever, but it just feels out of place. And that's one thing in this game that I never felt. Everything Everything felt like it fit in the actual area itself. Oh, by the way, that kind of cage right here, I'm not sure if you saw it. Can we get in deeper water? Maybe not. This is what I was talking about. You can't really swim, but I'll talk about it in a second. But that little gauge right there, that's a breath gauge. So if you're underwater for too long, that gauge will fill up and you might die. I don't really want to show that because you will die. So I know it might make me lose progress. And in RPGs, just in games in general, one of the things that I hate the most is losing progress. I'm not going to talk to you right now because there's something in the background. Fine, I'll talk to you. I want to get that ore that's back there, though. Huh? What is this place? Oh, wait, maybe this part's voice acted.
Oh, my darling. Where are you?
Who are you? Hello, by any chance were you a passenger aboard the Lombardia? Yes, I was. Who are you people? Adol explained everything that happened since the Lombardia sank. A deserted island? Oh no. The castaways are gathering at a base camp not too far from here. We can escort you there. Okay. My name is Allison. Adol returned with Allison to Castaway Village and introduced her to Barbaros and Dogi. She seemed very shocked to learn that she had washed ashore on a deserted island. Though she seemed hesitant at first, Allison decided that she would help the others escape. And so...
I understand the situation now. In the city, I worked as a seamstress. I even had my own shop. If there is anything I can do to help, please say so.
We are grateful for your assistance. This may seem like a strange question, but... You didn't happen to find a man around my age named Ed, did you? A man? Huh? Everyone we found so far is here. Oh, I see. Oh, darling. Pardon me, but were you traveling with your husband? Yes. We were here together the whole time, even as we were falling into the ocean. But we were separated by the current, and I haven't seen him since. That was really convenient, because I actually had to sniffle right there. Don't lose hope. I'm sure your husband is somewhere on this island, just like you. Isn't that right, Mr. Kristen? Why are you asking me for? I promise I'll find him. Really? I know you're trying to comfort me, but thank you, Adol. It's like I've done this for 7 games, lady. You must be tired, Allison. Loxia, could you escort her to the lodge? Yes. Right this way, Allison. Thank you. She like a gesture towards the fire and she just starts walking the opposite way. Allison joined Castaway Village. And just like that, as you guys know now, we are going to be getting this place built up and fortified. Ha! Looks like this place is getting a little livelier. Something on your mind? Yes, but please keep this between us. I'm concerned that the beasts are becoming more aggressive. The beasts, huh? That could be bad for us. At the moment, I don't think anything is about to happen, but we should come up with a plan to defend the village and keep everyone safe. Understood? Just tell me the plan and I'll do everything I can to put it into action. Thank you. Adol, you and the others are going to keep searching and mapping the island. I wonder where you'll end up next. I wonder too, dude. Based on the map thus far, I think you've thoroughly searched this area. That means they'll be gradually getting further away from the village. But we have Pero with us, so we can let you know if there's anything we need from you. Indeed, it might be best if you started searching the areas you haven't mapped yet. Well, what have I been doing, Barbaros? I'm counting on you too. It's like, you can't please this guy. I'm already doing what he asked, and he's like, can you please do this for me? Well, yeah, I was already doing it. Come on, man. What do you want from me? I'm already going to be saving the world anyway. Well, you just kind of assume that. Let's see where Loxia and Allison ended up. Oh, hello. Let's go find your husband, lady. Adol, did you come to check on me? I feel much better after. We like literally left her for like 5 seconds. How did she already nap? I want that ability. Thank you. Oh wow, that was way off. Way off key. Way off voice. Ooh, I was just giving Allison some advice. Just to be sarcastic. Well, what's that supposed to mean? Okay, that was a little mean. I'm wondering just what I can do to help out around here. Allison and their husband own their own tailoring business. At the shop, I help my husband take care of all of the sewing. So I'm going to help out around here. That'll be my contribution. If that's not too much trouble. I'd like to borrow a space where I could do some sewing. Adol presented the idea to Captain Barbaros, who was more than welcoming to it, because he's a logical guy. Dogi took care of securing the location, not taking care of Allison, and providing Allison with the sewing supplies. With sewing supplies. And now we have a tailor shop. This will do nicely. It looks like you're all set. Yes, I'm sorry for the trouble. I didn't think it would be so much work. But now I feel like I have a place to call my own. If you ever need anything sewn, please come to me, Adol. Allison opened a tailoring shop. And if you saw what we did before, is we were able to pick up accessories. And now, if we talk to Allison,
Welcome.
we can actually make the accessories themselves. Ooh. Which is very, very helpful. She can also make armor, if we have the necessary material. Obviously, leather gloves are really good at this point. I'll probably grab one of them. Who do I want to put on? Loxia is kind of the weakest right now, so I'll probably put on Loxia.
Come again.
And we also have apparel, too. So, the apparel isn't really necessary for you to get now. It really isn't necessary at all. It's just for a cosmetic thing. And we kind of already got the DLC with it, so it's not as useful in the actual Switch version of the game. But it is very useful well, not really useful. It is helpful. It is helpful in the ports of the game that were for... No, I want to warp. I want to warp, which means I gotta go here. And then here. It's useful for the PS4 port and the original version for the Vita. So, gotta stop saying so much.
This fruit looks delicious.
Ah! It's Patrick Star. He's angry. Let's take a little bit of... Ooh! That guy doesn't do as much damage anymore. That'd be nice. Woo! You guys snuck up on me, too. What would you call these things? They look like horseshoes, you see? Yeah, I would just call them horseshoes. Treasure. Treasure and fish. Treasure and fish. What could be much better? This game's got it all. I do actually love this game, as much as me joking around about that. The fishing is just so fun to just see the fish just like right off the side, and then yeah, I'm gonna catch you. And as everybody knows, as not really everybody knows, but if it's your first time to this channel, I've kind of been known as the button masher, especially in like Mario Party games. So anything that has button mashing, I kind of automatically like, even if it's a stupid kind of button mashing, just because I think it's fun as hell. I'm gonna first give myself this free heal that's going on over here. So what do you guys think of this game so far? You're starting to get an actual understanding of what this game is and what it's kind of going to build up to be. And I don't even know where I was going with that.
I appreciate your
It really is just opening your eyes to what's going to be happening in the future of the game. The whole idea is, thank you, Para. Thank you for the help request. You build up your island into like a really amazing place, because it started off and it was really nothing. So one of the things that I really like about this game is the progression that it shows. Where basically your island village and whatnot just basically sucks, and the progression that the Castaway village goes through by itself is really cool to see. And that's not the only progression that you see. Your characters have progression. The development of the characters are all there too. So they go through character growth, everything. It's not a one-dimensional kind of progression that you see in a lot of RPGs. There's a lot of different kind of elements that all get brought into this one game. So you get better at the combat, which is obviously one of my favorite parts of this game is the combat. If it wasn't extremely obvious before, even though I'm sucking at it. Got him there. But combat is one of my favorite things. And now we discovered a new landmark. Again, landmarks aren't like all too important at the moment. It might be important later. But the village goes through the progression system. Your characters go through a progression, just leveling, and with the actual growth of the characters themselves. And you get to see a lot of the people who bring in other people to the island when you're going down here exploring this area. Again, that doesn't sound like much, but, and maybe for people who like smaller parties in their RPGs, or maybe close-knit ones like what you'd get maybe in Pokemon, maybe this game wouldn't be as much for you, because it's managing a lot more people than that. But what I love about it, no, we're gonna end this guy with some style. Nope. Oh, I didn't get him with it. I was planning on getting him with the extra move. Give myself a little bit of a heal. But it's one of those progression systems that isn't like, it's not a one-dimensional progression system, and that's what I think is the most interesting and unique part of this game itself. So if you like games like Pokemon, if you like games that are a very close-knit that group of people and not as much like a Fire Emblem thing where you have a lot of people that you're interacting with, because Pokemon, you're really only interacting with a certain Pokemon that are in the party and that's it. You don't really have to interact with other people unless it's the gym leaders or the Elite Four or anything. But this game, all the castaways that you have are useful to your actual quest itself. It's not really, really stupid where it's like, again, the quests don't matter or the people you save once have no direct contribution whatsoever. And that's what I love about this game. Well, one of the things that I love about this game. You'll hear me rave about other certain details as we go on. We're going to do a little fishing right now. I also wanted to talk about the length that I'm going to have these videos. So for the length of these videos, I'm probably going to make it till I feel like there's a decent amount of progress that's made. Because if I made all of these videos like 15 minutes or something like that, like maybe not 15, maybe 15 is bad. It's going to probably be like Mike with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Odyssey, when I talk about Odyssey, has been... I don't even know if it's been out yet since I've since I'm recording this. But Origins, Mike made a couple videos a lot longer depending on what he was trying to accomplish in the video itself. And that's what I want to do with this series as well. I want to be able to get a certain progression. Like on this one, we saved Allison. Or like in the first episode, we did most of the tutorial stuff. Second episode, we met up with Loxia. Third episode, we met up with Sahad. And the last episode before that, we did, I don't know, something else. And now for here, we've already met up with Allison. And right now, we're at the point of fortifying the village. We'll do this for a little flashy move. Because I'm thinking we got to see adults. I think we got to Loxias, but not adults. Well, they're already dead, so I don't know why. If he's finishing it off. And again, that's that gold gauge. The gold gauge in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is how you can see that. I'm not sure I mentioned this either, but your skills as well can also level up. Even though I completely missed that one. So the more that you use a skill, the more it's going to, obviously, like get the gauge that gets filled up, and after you fill up the gauge to a certain amount, oh, I can get in that treat. Nice. As the gauge fills up even more and more and more, then you're going to be able to upgrade it, and it's going to be a little more powerful. I never really noticed a difference too much. I mean, there definitely is a difference with it, but I mean, it's not too crazy. But again, yeah, this island is huge, and this is just a small area of it so far. It is kind of crazy to think about that this was a Vita exclusive for a while. And again, one of the only reasons why I've heard of this series was because people were mentioning, I was talking about JRPGs with somebody, I can't remember who. I don't even think it was somebody who was on the channel, but they mentioned games like Star Ocean and like this, and I realized that all the games that I've really played have been, well, obviously it's been more Nintendo games, because Nintendo games is what I've been basically raised on. And I never really played the Final Fantasies or the Dragon Quest in the time, even though there has been ports, but I've been unaware of those series altogether. So I did my research, I was like, huh, this looks like a fun combat-wise. Didn't see too much. I like always going into games more blind, if anything. So my initial thoughts are my thoughts on the game itself. I don't check reviews before I play them themselves. I know it might be different than how a lot of other people do it, but I always want to make sure that I get my own opinion, especially when I would review a game too. I always want to make sure that I play a game and I get my own initial opinions. And honestly, make the script it and make my whole entire review before I look at the common criticisms that the game has. Because I feel like that's a more unbiased way of doing so. And that makes sure that my opinion is my own opinion on the subject itself. For the most part, it's worked out, but the work that goes into just scripting everything for the reviews and trying to get what I want, I never really found my style of review that I wanted to do. The style of video that I like doing now is more along my speed, where it's just like I can focus on a certain topic at hand and kind of explain that in more depth. Are you an enemy? No, you're an enemy though. Sorry, I just completely missed that enemy. I think you might get your first first look at a status ailment now, because this guy's, I believe, can poison you if I remember correctly. But those are like the kind of videos that I really like to make. And even though, yes, I do take a long time to script, and again, scripting the things is actually something that, it's again very odd, because me and Mike are almost polar opposites when it comes to stuff like this. But for him, it takes a long time for him to do the editing and not a long time to do the scripting. I'm the opposite. I knock out the editing really, really fast, but the scripting takes so long just to do. So it's really weird how that works out. Oh my gosh, that was an interesting situation right there. Jeez. Woo! But yeah, once we get to this one part, we're gonna stop the video coming up soon, because I feel like we'd get a good progress. Also, when you level up, you get a full heal. Oh, honey. Oh, come on. Give me that honey. Yeah, honey baby. Let's go. Ah! If you ever played this game before, or any game in the Ys series, like, I'm not sure if it's like this with all of them, but for me, I kind of find that sometimes the movement of the game takes a while to get used to. It's not a very easily accessible way to just jump into a game. I think I have another accessory, right? Accessory? There we go. Give Loxia some more strength. Loxia needs, I almost said she needed. That would have been really bad to say. No, I think that she deserves it, because she has some, her weapon type is actually very, very useful against certain enemies. Right now, Adol, I think, has the biggest advantage against the enemies, or most of the enemies are weak to Adol. But I think his is the easiest combat system his combat is the easiest combat to understand compared to the others. So it makes sense that you're learning the game and learning through Adol's moveset. Nice little chest hidden up here. I really don't know how you could hide a lot of these things, because they show it on the minimap. Very obvious and just clear sight. So I'll be surprised if people missed it. And now, as we go over here, we see this X, that yellow X shows that we need 8 people to actually move that gravel out of the way. And I think that's where we're going to end the video. We made a decent amount of progress. We met Allison, and we're making it further into the depths of the island. So yeah, I will see you here when we keep moving along and exploring.